Oh ini belum. Kelarin lah. Masa belum sih ini anjir? Masa belum sih ini anjir?
Seems like you'll be playing against me this time.
Ih, kurang banget, gue nggak boleh ngeliat. Bodo amat lah, ngasal gua.
What are my orders?
Anjir. Gue defend dulu kali ya.
No more holding back. Let me weave you a verse.
Oke. Di siau najis.
Evil conquering.
This is long overdue.
Well, this is gonna be bad, bro. Pakai apa ya gue? Buset dah bos. Ganti karakternya please, ganti karakternya. No, don't. Ah, nice.
Useless.
Buset 4-3-3-3 anjir.
Press.
Sure.
How
Sakit
about
banget. Sakit. Woi, sakit banget. Tahu main nih, gimana nih cara menangin nih?
Gather. This is order. Impossible.
Well played.
Bacot kamu well played baik loh.
Rain outlines your fate.
Aduh. Nih Vanarana nggak kepake sama sekali nih, sialan. Sedih banget anjir. Comeback is real.
Wait, let me think for a second.
Comeback is real, bro. Goblok, ngapain gua kesini anjir? Aduh.
Quake.
Mati kau ya.
I have taught you everything I know.
Emang Zoli imba jing. Terlalu imbalance, bro.
Turns out I could.
Hah. Mati kau ya. Oke, satu udah. Nggak sudi gue kalau ini kagak maksimal, anjir. Mana tadi? Genshin Impact in the morning. Anjir, namanya dunia bangsat. Apa dah? Nama dunia anjing.
Whoa. There are so many players crowded around. I'm getting kinda nervous.
Slow kali ya, aku nggak bakal jahat kok sama kau. Oke. Anjing, ini gimana cara mainnya ini ya, Ge? Oke, pertama kita ini kali ya. Tuh, gue pakai ini direkomendasiin tuh. Menang gak nih pakai direkomendasiin? Ini apaan 2 biji anjing? Wow. Sama ya, ini nggak jauh beda kayaknya.
Very well.
Harusnya
I shall
Nahidoi
put my
dulu.
official duties to one side.
Bullshit nih.
You stay condemned.
Ini bagus banget, Cok. Apaan dah? Gratis anjir. Dah, diganti anjir. Gue seneng kalau gitu.
It's not time to surrender yet. Billowing surge. I've been waiting for you for ages.
Futile.
Kenapa gue ganti ke Naida? Tolol. Sekarang kan butuh 5 dendro butuh. 1, 2 3. 3 doang lagi.
Well, this ought to be entertaining.
3 ya?
Mind the deluge.
Time to broaden the horizons again. Try this on for size. Make yourself a move. Send one, send them all.
Nah, udah sekali doang ya.
Rest and rebuild.
Ih, sakit, Cok. Buset, dan 6 anjir. Anjing mati tai. Kenapa gua nggak dapet elemental skill Nahida? Gue pengen pakai elemental skill Nahida.
I finally.
Jangan kamu oleh hoki.
Whoa. There's.
Gini aja kali nggak sih? Jadi area bonus damage nih anjir. Aduh. Ya Allah, mahal-mahal banget anjir.
Time to broaden the horizons again.
Your penance is due!
The Temple of Wisdom.
Futile!
I want to help.
Animal hypostasis emulation.
Oh nggak nyebar itu. Anjing gue kira nyebar sialan. Ya itu nggak dia.
Whatever would you do without me?
It's not time to surrender yet. Billowing surge.
Right here.
Allow me.
Nothing lasts forever. Come on out.
Malam bang, malam Jun, pagi Jun.
New strategy needed.
Oh, dapat Eko, let's go.
Which card should I play here?
In the power of Teko nih anjir.
Help!
Mati kau, mati kau.
What did Master teach me again?
Futile!
The fun is... That's more like it.
That's more like it. Menang gua.
This way, Peraturan.
GG, let's go. Buset dah boy, santai dong.
In death, a new cycle begins.
Kemenangan yang tidak bisa dipungkiri, bro. Oke, dapat 40 primogem. Berarti sekarang kita ke ini kan story terakhir yang ini kan Sumeru. Jangan heran manusia nocturnal. Kok manusia nocturnal sih tiba-tiba? Ini kelar semua nih. Orang mana-mana mah ngambil crown dulu ya. Gue ngambil inian dulu anjir. Tapi nggak apa, crown diambil deh satu. Anjing gue spam keluarnya banyak. Dah. Nah, ambil misi alien dulu deh. Kita lawan bos dulu deh. Biar resinnya enak sama resinnya juga enak. Ambil hadiah daily sama lawan bos. Gini banget ya mau dapetin Yoimiya. Harus berusaha 10 kali lebih keras sih. Hai. Kenapa gue sekarang jadi morning person ya? Karena sekarang tuh hari terakhir FVP, bro.
Illusion shattered.
Everyone focus.
Be still. Stabilize.
Shine down.
Cascade. The depths beckon.
Make yourselves at home.
Gather.
There is no escape. Shine down.
Stabilize.
Committed to memory.
Be still.
Now you shall perish.
Ay. If only getting older, baby. Now thinking about it lately. Don't you crazy? Just how fast the night changes. Everything that you ever dream of Disappearing when you wake up. Copyright. Ntar kita story TCG dulu ya, baru story Baizhu.
Are we getting close? Which way should we go now?
We just need to head a short way towards the desert. It's not far.
I would recommend taking a bodyguard to protect you. If the customer does turn out to be rotten, you can let the bodyguard deal with them.
Good point. A bodyguard.
Anjing Cino.
Oh, look! Isn't that Sino? Sino!
Good to see you. Headed to Caravan Rebot?
Remember, Paimon? We can't just disclose a customer's information.
Huh? Oh, don't worry. This is Sumeru's General Mahamatra, Sino. He's the leader of the Matra and always takes criminal activity very seriously.
Wow. How do you know so many powerful people?
You better get used to it, Kirara. You wouldn't believe the people I've met since I started traveling with them.
Dan siap orang yang kami temui sepanjang perjalanan itu sesuatu semua.
Do you have some time now, Sino? Or do you need to go participate in the Genius Invocation Tournament?
Tournament? The tournament has already finished.
Really? Then how did you do, Sino?
I am now the official king of invocations. I used Forbidden Hand at the opportune moment and drew... I can explain it later.
Wait, let Paimon catch you up on what's happening. Paimon's parched now. How many times is Paimon gonna have to explain everything?
I can accompany you. As Paimon said, it's my duty to uphold the rules and punish evil.
What do you think, Kirara?
All right. But remember, you all should hide while I'm delivering the parcel. I know that this customer is suspicious, but they're still my customer until we have any concrete proof otherwise.
Okay, we'll go hide.
But if we're too far away, we won't be able to hear anything you're saying. How will we know if you're in trouble?
Not a problem. You can just watch my tails.
Your tails? You mean both of them?
Of course, both of them. I'll come up with a way to have the customer confirm the contents of the package. If they turn out to be just an ordinary customer and the package doesn't contain the card backs, then I'll lower both of my tails. That'll mean you can just stay hidden. But if they turn out to be the thieves we're after, then...
Lay down.
Huh? Why would she do that?
It'd be a signal that we need to lay down the law.
What the Apaan sih Cino, nggak jelas banget.
No way! I'm not getting on the ground! That would be way too embarrassing! Besides, don't you think that would look suspicious?
You think so? Then maybe you can use your tails to pound your back.
And why would she do that?
Simple. It'd be signal that she had found the backs we're looking for.
This is the first time I've met someone as creative with their words as I am. Have you ever considered a career in writing news headlines, Sino?
Oh no, don't enable him!
Okay, if we keep standing around talking like this, the package is going to be late. Listen to me. If they're the thieves, I'll lift one tail up and keep the other one down. If you see that, then you can come round them up.
You're not going to lay down?
No, I'm not laying down!
You're not going to lay down, no. Wait, what?
We're in the middle of nowhere, though. Are you sure this is the right place, Kirara?
Let's see. The address is approximately 100 paces down the road from Caravan Rebot towards the desert, near the first flaming flower.
That's the most suspicious address Paimon's ever heard.
Near the first flaming flower... Oh, we're here!
No one's here.
Huh? There aren't any houses around here.
Maybe the recipient planned on coming here to personally receive the package. I've had customers do that in the past. We're still a little early. In the meantime, why don't the rest of you go find a place to hide? And remember, watch my tails for the signal.
We'll hide here. This spot is hidden, but with a clear view.
I'm unsure this recipient's up to no good. Who'd pick up a package in a place like this?
I agree. But for the sake of her company's reputation, we'll let her tell us what to do. What? As in her tails?
Yeah, we get it. Hey, look! Someone's coming.
You from Komoni Express?
That's right. You must be Mr. Dada Baba?
Where's the package?
Yes. This is your package. Here you go. I recommend that you open it and confirm the contents. I've been running to many places the past few days through all sorts of weather. The contents may have shifted, so it's best to check that everything's intact.
No need. You haven't opened it to see what's inside, have you?
Of course not. That would be against our company policy. But if the contents are valuable, I would still recommend checking them first. If anything turns out to be damaged, I could compensate you now.
I said no need, didn't I? Why are you so persistent?
Dude, chill.
You know, boss, this little lady's out here all on her own.
We could use that to our advantage, you know.
Hey, you. Are you the only one delivering out here?
Yes, that's right. I wouldn't bring a bunch of people with me to deliver a package. I'm no good at lying. And I can't keep my tails from moving everywhere.
Look, she's giving a signal. But wait, Paimon doesn't recognize that signal at all.
I nearly forgot. This just happens to be my 100th delivery. It's a really special moment for me. If you could let me know what I delivered, it would mean a lot to me.
Her tails are moving all over the place. Does she need us to step in or not?
Her tails keep moving and intertwining. They keep pointing in different directions. Maybe she's trying to say that she mixed up her directions. These people aren't the intended recipients.
Seriously? There's no way anyone could get all that just from her tails.
Something's not right. I can feel it. And you seem real concerned about this package, Missy.
Oh, no, that's just part of my job. We always care about the customer. Are you really not going to open it?
Come on, boss. Enough talk.
Yeah, nobody will ever know anything happened way out here.
Then do you have a moment to leave a 5-star review?
Sure. I'll leave a 5-star review after you're dead.
They got a knife! Forget the signals. We gotta save Kirara!
Boss, she's got backup.
What are you afraid of? Get him!
Waduh.
Wait, that's Sino! The General Mahamatra!
Sino?
There's no escape.
Gather!
I see everything. Kemarin, are you alright?
Nih, pilar zombie ngalangin anjir. Ntar dulu, tunggu. Wah, lama juga anjir. Woi.
Yeah, I'm fine. Don't worry.
Had I known you were here, we wouldn't have.
Too late for that. And I don't want to hear any whining from you two either.
Yes. Crystal clear.
General Mahamatra, I don't want to go to prison. Can't you just let us off this one time?
That depends on how honest you are.
We'll tell you everything.
What's inside the package?
Card backs. Genius Invocation TCG card backs that we collected from different nations.
Are they the kind with a treasure chest design on them?
Yeah, that's right. Wait, how'd you know that? We're just a group of treasure hoarders.
Some hoarders were getting fed up recently with just stealing small stuff. They wanted to,
Go on.
They wanted to pull off something big. You know, not just in one nation. All across Tibet.
All across Tibet?
Yeah, we were planning to steal prized treasures from different nations all at the same time. After pulling off a job like that, everyone would recognize us treasure hoarders as the most powerful organization across the world. But, seems like that's not gonna happen now.
So what does any of that have to do with these card backs?
Well, the problem was we didn't know how to communicate our master plan to all the other treasure hoarders. But with how popular Genius Invocation TCG has become recently, somebody suddenly came up with the idea to use cards as a way to communicate our plans without being detected.
So you were the ones who printed these card backs?
Yeah, because every treasure hoarder knows what to do once they see a treasure chest. First you bury it so no one else can take it, then just add a little bit of...
Hey, shut it! You're giving away all our plans.
It appears you consider this ridiculous plan of yours more valuable than your own life.
No, I'll talk. All you need to do is cover it with some wet dirt or sand, then wipe it off after a while. And it'll look like this.
My fellow hoarders, this is the big job we've all been waiting for. Take up your daggers, put on your masks, and round up your sumpter-beasts. Oh, and for those of you without sumpter-beasts... Seriously? That's all it says? Ugh, what a waste.
Hey, what do you mean, waste? That message will mobilize the treasure hoarders.
He's right. The time and the other details are printed below that.
Not Paimon-si. Oh, there it is.
Objectively speaking, it's definitely a creative method of communicating information. But then why were you trying to retrieve these card backs?
It's all because some fellow hoarders got addicted to Genius Invocation. All they needed to do was stick to the plan, but they couldn't help themselves and started playing the game. Not only that, they were even using our card backs and showing them off. But that wasn't the worst of it. Some of them ended up losing our card backs to other players.
Emang kenapa?
You were afraid that your plans would be exposed, so you dispatched members to quickly retrieve the card backs that had been scattered into the markets.
Not just the ones on the markets. We collected all our treasure chest card backs and we had them shipped back. We feared that our plans had already been discovered, so we were preparing to print another set of card backs. They would indicate a different time to initiate the operation, but to take every precaution, we raised funding for everyone to send us the backs via Komini Express. That way, we could guarantee the card backs would arrive safely and on time.
Huh? Oh, thanks for the compliments.
So the senders would stay at their original location to ensure that the operation could continue moving forward. Now that I think about it, that must be why the treasure hoarders came after the person who sold the card back in Mondstadt.
Oh, right! It's no wonder we were running into the treasure hoarders left and right. They wanted to be sure that anyone involved stayed quiet.
There. I told you everything I know. Hopefully that will help us make up for our mistakes. Please, Mahamatra Sino, show us mercy.
You'll each receive your due punishment. Enough talk. Come with me. I've taken care of the criminals for now. I'll be escorting them back to Sumeru City shortly. I was only fulfilling my duty. You all did well.
Sino seems like a completely different person when he's working.
All right. Goodbye for now.
Oh, wait! I still want to interview the champion of the Sumeru Regional Tournament!
All right. Go ahead.
Tell me, Mr. Sino, what were your thoughts about the tournament? And did you have anything to say about the treasure hoarder incident?
Genius Invocation TCG is a very good game. But to me, it's not just a game. It's an art form. It allows people to meet others, make friends, and experience the joy of dueling together. I hope everyone can have the chance to experience the fun of playing this.
Great answer. That'll be a perfect ending for my news piece.
Therefore, I assure you that I will personally bring judgment to any criminals out there with the delusions of desecrating this game with their evil plans. No matter where you run or where you hide, you will not escape the punishment of lightning.
Oh, I see. Let's stay calm. No need to get worked up. Let me think. Not so genius thieves behind mysterious treasure chest card back plot finally...
Got decked?
Yes, that'll work nicely.
These two make quite the team when it comes to words.
If that's all, then I should get going.
Thanks.
I'll inform the other areas not to be gained by these thieving treasure hoarders. We will.
So in the end, it turned out that the group of card snatchers we were tracking still feels a little disappointing, though. Paimon thought for sure those cardbacks would lead us to some valuable treasure.
Don't say that. Think of the bright side. We uncovered a major international crime scheme. Oh, I definitely have everything I need for my exclusive news piece.
If anything, Paimon regrets that we didn't get to see the mysterious inventors of Genius Invocation TCG.
It seems everyone can't stop talking about that game. In that case, how would everyone like to join me for a very special delivery?
Huh? You mean it's related to Genius Invocation TCG?
Mm-hmm. That's right. You'll understand when we get there. I would have invited Sino along too if he wasn't busy with work.
Oh, really? But didn't you say before that you can't disclose customer information?
Yeah, but this time the situation's different. Let's just say this delivery wasn't assigned to me by the company. This package had been sitting at the company for some time because we could never locate the recipient. Even the neighbors didn't know where he went.
Oh, so the company eventually took ownership of the package?
Yup. The holding period passed just last month.
But can't you just return it to the original sender?
Well, it turns out the sender has passed away.
Oh, that's terrible.
Yeah, and I thought both the original sender and intended recipient would be disappointed if this package is left undelivered. So, I took the initiative and started asking around Sumeru in my free time. Eventually, I found out where the recipient went and also learned a little about his past.
Wow, amazing! So who is it?
Well, you'll have to come with me and see. I have a feeling that it'll be good to have some true Genius Invocation TCG players like you.
Oh, sounds like another news story brewing. I'll tag along as well.
Huh? Oh, now Paimon's really curious. What do you think, Traveler? Shall we join her?
All right, then follow me to Vimara Village. The clues pointed to Vimara Village, but I'm not sure of which house they live in exactly. Guess we'll have to ask around.
Any idea what the recipient looks like?
I only know his name is Garvapidum and that he's a scholar from the Academia.
Garvapidum. Got it. Hi there. Do you know where Garvapidum lives?
I'm afraid I've never heard that name before.
He's a scholar scholar from the academia.
Oh, yes, there is a scholar around here, but I've never heard anyone go by the name you mentioned. Are you sure you've got the right name? Actually, I'd like to ask him a few questions myself regarding which of the 6 Darshans to join.
Sounds like he doesn't know. Let's go ask someone else. Hey there! We're looking for a scholar named Garvapitum.
Garvapitum? I never heard of him. Wait, do you mean that newcomer that arrived a few days ago?
Oh, someone just moved here?
Yes, that's right. He looked pretty anxious, though, almost like he's struggling to complete a thesis. I've seen him speaking with the village head, probably looking for a place to stay. Vamara Village is the perfect place to take a vacation and relax, which is why I chose to come back here.
Got it, thank you. We'll go talk to the head of the village.
Don't mention it. If life is ever treating you hard, you can always come and live here for a while.
Hello, are you the head of the village? There's something we'd like to ask you about.
Yes, that's me.
Do you know where a scholar by the name of Garvapitum lives? We'd like to talk to him.
Garvapitum. Ah, that must be him.
You know him?
Yes, I do. He came here to rent a place to stay. He said he needed to unwind a little. But hardly anyone's ever seen him come out since he moved in. He doesn't seem to be very outgoing. I don't know if that's his way of unwinding. But I'd say he's just keeping himself cooped up. Are you friends of his?
Yeah, you could say that.
Her tails are moving again. Is that what happens whenever she tells a lie?
Ah, I see. I was thinking that it'd be good for some friends to check up on him. He's staying up above. Look for the house in the corner.
Great, thank you very much.
Don't mention it. I just want to see people who come here be happy.
Thanks a bunch. Bro, ini nggak usah naik kok, bro.
This is the place. Let's try knocking and see if he answers. Hello? Anybody home? We're looking for Garvapitum.
Yes, that's me. Can I help you?
Hello, Mr. Garvapitum. I'm Kirara. I have a delivery from Komania Express. I'm afraid the package is quite late.
A package. For me.
Yes, it's from a Mr. Gulab.
What? Gulab? But how is that possible?
Yes, it seems your friend submitted the package to our company before he passed.
Friend? Some friend I am. There was nothing I could do about his illness. And I wasn't by his side during the last moments of his life.
Don't say that! After all, you and Gulab are the creators of Genius Invocation TCG. I'm sure Gulab would have been happy to know how popular the game has become.
Wait, what?
Say what? He's one of the creators of Genius Invocation TCG?
Why? Why does it seem that misfortune always befalls geniuses like him?
If you don't mind, perhaps you could talk to us about it. It would probably help you feel better.
You're right. Maybe I should tell you. You really wouldn't mind listening? All right then. It's not much of a story, really. I knew Gulab ever since we were kids. We were classmates and grew up together. Other than the bandages on his arms, you could hardly tell he had Elazar. He was always positive, peaceful, and kind. Later, we both entered the academia, and he became a Ratawahis Dastur.
If I remember correctly, that's a pretty high position.
Yes, he really was that smart. But before long, the Elazar got worse and led to some serious complications. After that, he became bedridden. He received treatment in the hospital, but had to abandon his research. I would go see him in the hospital every day, even though he said there was no need for me to visit so often.
He must have been worried that he was taking time from your own research.
I know, but I couldn't bear to just leave him like that. He was clearly the smarter of the two of us. We would have some free time whenever I visited him, so we took some cards and started painting them. Over time, those cards became the basis for Genius Invocation TCG. It's not only a game. When we were designing it, I deliberately incorporated some theoretical knowledge of the elements. I was originally waiting for him to recover, so we could study the subject together. But
Aw, don't be sad. Genius Invocation TCG is the result of your research together. Not to mention, a lot of people are enjoying it now.
after he passed away, I tried to play the game with someone else, but every time I looked up, all I could see was his silhouette. It was as if I know it was all in my head, though.
Paimon understands. Paimon wouldn't ever be able to get used to being away from the Traveler. Paimon would probably find herself talking to the wind, as if the Traveler could hear.
Yes, everyone else has told me that I have to move on and embrace the fun of Genius Invocation, saying that I'm one of its creators. But to be honest, without Gulab, what meaning does the game have anymore?
Garvapidum? Perhaps you should see what your friend sent you in the package.
Right.
Ya mah? Nggak nyala.
What's this?
My dear friend, you must be wondering why I'm leaving you a letter like this. It's because...
Hey, Gulab, I'm here. How are you feeling today? I gotta tell you, I had an idea for another card last night. Huh? What's that you're writing?
It's nothing.
Okay. Anyway, up for a game?
You don't have to visit every day, you know. You should be focusing on your work at the academia.
Hey, enough of that. I'll keep visiting until you've fully recovered. Besides, I can't stand most of the folks at the academia anyway. Hey, it's your turn. Gulab, are you okay?
Garvapidum, you must understand. My Elazar.
Hey, don't talk like that. You just need some more rest.
It's because you won't come to terms with the fact that I don't have long left. Guess what? This game we invented is getting pretty popular here in the hospital.
Really? That's great news.
Yeah. I've even made a device to help people find other players nearby. Here, this one's for you. This way, you'll be able to keep playing even after I'm...
Just stop! You're gonna get better, you hear me? I don't need this thing. I don't want it!
I imagine the casket of tomes I gave you is probably gathering dust in a corner somewhere. So, This is my last gift to you. I'm sorry that I could only give it to you now. Do you remember when we first met? You were the only one willing to be friends with the kid with Elazar. Now, it's my turn to help you make some new friends. This way, I'll always be by your side, my friend.
Event sir udah bisa dikeluarin semua, mau speedrun dulu aneh. Oke. Aku fokus story dulu, nanti event gampang lah. Besok kayak biar sekalian reset supaya habis sama gacha-gacha. Semuanya biar sekalian besok ya. Sekarang cuma story doang kayaknya aku deh. Tapi nggak tahu sih. Soalnya hari ini reset FUP kan, besok reset FUP. Jadi kayak mau ngabisin kuota hari ini, mau lama streamingnya. Rencananya, cuma nggak tahu sih.
Gulab. That rascal. He was always this way.
I haven't played much Genius Invocation myself. All I know is that it has brought joy to a lot of people.
As a true TCG player put it, the game allows many people to meet others, make friends, and experience the joy of dueling together.
That's right! We've seen that firsthand on our journeys recently. Paimon could tell you those stories if you're interested.
Thank you all for your kind words. You're right. Gulab. Is that what you were thinking when you left this letter? I've always kept your casket of tomes with me. It was so special for you to draw me a card like this. What a waste it is to never have used it. If he were here now, I know he'd say, "Hey friends, how about a game of Genius Invocation TCG?" Well,
ikannya begitu deh.
Garfapidum seems to be feeling better. Paimon even saw him crack a smile when he was playing just now.
It always takes time to heal from pain from the past, but I think this is a good start for his road to recovery.
Yeah, it was a good thing that Kirara kept track of that package, even when they were unable to deliver it.
When my boss asked me to take care of it, I had a feeling that it must somehow be delivered. I couldn't just let it be abandoned.
Would you say that was your yokai intuition kicking in?
Maybe, I'm not sure. I guess I just didn't want to let the sender's sentiment go to waste like that.
Anyway, I think this is where we'll say goodbye.
Oh. Are you going back to Fontaine now?
That's right. Who would have guessed that I'd still get such a quality story after the tournament had finished? It's going to take me a few days just to draft the articles alone. Oh, by the way, I still haven't had the chance to interview you two all this time. After all that we've witnessed on this journey together, do you have anything you'd like to say?
Yeah! You could say the best thing we got out of this adventure was the new friends we made.
I understand. I'll be sure to work your comments into my exclusive news piece. Just be sure to buy a copy of the Steambird when you visit Fontaine.
And I should get ready to head back to Inazuma. I still have to report everything to my boss.
Will do. I'm sure we'll all see each other again soon.
Alright, see you guys.
And maybe
later.
we'll play Genius Invocation TCG if we have the chance.
Alright, good story, good story. Friendship internet apa nih? Friendship apa? Friendship apa? Wah, gila banyak banget ya. Dapatnya 80, 50, 50. Ini udah 200. Ini 200. Ini wait, what? What the hell is this? Okay. Anjing 60, 60, 60, udah 320 anjir. Wah, banyak banget bisa gacha kita hari besok nih. Gila. Well, we will do it later. Sekarang fokus story dulu. Oh my god, this song.
What's your name, buddy? Are you here to buy some medicine? Where are your mom and dad?
Are you lost?
No, I'm not. My name's Ayu, and I'm here because...
Hey there, Chi-Chi. Hi, Gui. What's going on?
Hi, Traveler and Paimon.
Oh, she remember us.
You've actually come at the perfect time. This little boy seems to have gotten himself lost. I think he must be new to the city. Probably.
No, listen to me. I'm not the one who's lost. It's my dad.
Your dad? How does a fully grown man manage to get lost in Liyue Harbor?
Well, my dad's always been kind of forgetful. In the past, he was just a little slow to react sometimes. But I'm worried that it's getting more serious.
So, what about your mom?
She went out a few days ago to gather some herbs for my dad, but she still hasn't come back. Meanwhile, my dad's been getting worse and worse. I remembered that the owner of Boo Boo Pharmacy always runs a clinic in Chingsa Village during the Lantern Rite, so I thought, why don't I take Dad to Liyue Harbor to see him there? When we got to the city gate, I took a moment to ask the Millelith guards for directions to the pharmacy. And then, when I turned back around, my dad was gone. I asked the Millelith guys to go find him, but he said they won't be able to send that many people. So then I figured, maybe I can ask some other people in the city to help.
You came to the right place. We're pros at finding people. Isn't that right, Traveler?
Junction can help. She has a good sense of smell, like a dog.
Hey, who's talking about me behind my back?
Changsung.
Changsheng, Chi-Chi meant that as a compliment. There's no need to be upset. Hello, child. You mentioned that you were looking for the owner of Boo Boo Pharmacy. How might we be of service?
You have a talking snake? Oh, are you Uncle Baizhu?
Uncle Baizhu?
Changsheng, now's not the time. My dear boy, could you tell me more about your father's condition? As much as you can recall.
Yes, Dr. Baizhu.
I see. And your family lives near Chingsa Village, you say? I visit patients there frequently, but I don't recall ever seeing you or your parents.
Uh-huh. My mom doesn't like meeting other people, especially during Lantern Rite. She always tells me to just stay at home and keep my dad company.
Is that so? Ayu, by any chance, is your mother's name Jiangli?
Whoa, yeah, it is. Do you know my mom, Dr. Baizhu?
I certainly do. Gui, Chi-Chi, are there any pressing matters in the pharmacy at the moment? Ayu's parents are old acquaintances of mine, so I would very much like to assist with the search. Would the two of you have time to join me?
Don't forget us two. We already told Ayu that we'd help.
Oh, really? Well, that's wonderful. We are most grateful for your support.
Chi-Chi and I need to clear up the shop front first, but once that's taken care of, we'll be right out to help you with the search.
Family is very important.
Yes.
Thank you. Then I'll leave you to handle the pharmacy. Traveler, Paimon, why don't you come with me and Ayu? Let's start by talking to the Millelith guards at the city gates, see if they have an update.
They searched to the north, but couldn't find anyone who matched the description.
Well, that complicates things. The city folks say there's no sign of him either. We need to start looking further afield. But where are we gonna get the people?
Excuse me, sirs. Have you found out anything about my dad yet?
Ah, hey there, buddy. Dr. Baizhu. What brings you out this way?
The boy asked for our help, so we're here to join the search. Any new developments to update us on?
Oh, thank goodness. We were just discussing how we're running out of manpower. As for updates, I'm sorry to say that we've searched the surrounding area thoroughly, but didn't find anything.
The guards at the crossing up ahead said they hadn't seen anyone either, so we don't believe he was heading towards the Guili Plains. But it is possible that he was bound for Luhua Pool.
Luhua Pool? The terrain there can be tricky to navigate. Let's hope he hasn't run into any trouble.
You will? Oh, great. We can't thank you enough.
Sorry we weren't able to find your dad, buddy.
That's okay. Thank you for trying. Can you hear me?
There's somebody up. Oh no, it's... Hey, you! Stop! Don't go any further!
Watch where you're going!
Oh, dear customer. Wangsheng Funeral Parlor does appreciate your patronage, but you need to hasten the inevitable. Are you all right?
Huh? Dad!
Hey, Hu-Tao!
My, who do we have here? It's the Traveler in Paimon, and my worst nightmare.
I see she still hasn't warmed to you.
Thank you, Director Hu, for saving this man.
Dad, are you okay? Do you recognize me? It's me, Ayu.
Are you? Who am I?
Your name is Xiao Liang, and you live just west of Qingse Village. You were supposed to come to Liyue Harbor to see the doctor. Remember? Does that jog your memory?
Oh, my name is Jia Liang. Liyue Harbor. See the doctor? Yes, I'm Jia Liang, and I need to see the doctor. Wait, why do I need to see the doctor?
Uh-oh. He seems in really bad shape. We need to get him back to Boo Boo Pharmacy right away. Sorry, Hu-Tao. Gotta dash. Dinner's on us next time.
Hold on a second. You're not seriously thinking of taking him to Boo Boo Pharmacy in this state, are you?
Huh? Why not? What's the problem?
Come on, Baizhu. Don't tell me you haven't noticed it. Didn't your master teach you how to spot the signs? Why do I get the sense that you spotted them right away, but you're planning to use it for your own ends?
Use what? What are you talking about?
There are traces of god remains in Jialiang's system.
Yes, but more importantly, they're on the verge of an outburst. If that happens, the consequences will be unthinkable.
I'm sorry, what?
God remains? There's no need to worry, Director Hu. I have methods of keeping them at bay. It is the sworn duty of all who practice medicine to cure illnesses and save lives. What reason would I have to neglect a patient in need who is right there in front of me? Besides, it was my late master's dying wish to be able to save this patient in particular. Perhaps out of respect for him, you could give me a day's grace so that I have time to treat him?
Now you're bringing my great-uncle into this? Baizhu, just what are you planning this time?
Merely to cure this man, nothing more. But of course, if you have any doubt as to my intentions, you are more than welcome to accompany me to Boo Boo Pharmacy and monitor my activities.
Oh, really? I thought I was persona non grata at Boo Boo Pharmacy. You're being unusually generous today. Okay, deal. We're not gonna solve anything by keeping Jialiang here. I'm happy to do it your way, but only for my great-uncle's sake and the travelers, of course.
You must be pleased you brought the traveler along. Otherwise, this would have been a much more vexing ordeal.
Well, time is of the essence. Let's get ourselves back to Boo Boo Pharmacy at once. Blockages within the cardiovascular system, reduced blood flow and energy circulation? I see. I suppose this must have caused the cognitive abnormalities.
Dr. Baizhu, how bad is it? Can you cure him?
Don't you worry. Baizhu's a really great doctor. He's sure to find a way. Isn't that right, Baizhu?
Ayu, do you know when your father first started displaying these symptoms?
I'm not sure. He's been like this for as long as I can remember. But it wasn't as bad as this when I was still little.
So it's been a long time indeed. No, I have a treatment plan in mind. We can start tonight. Come and see me again tomorrow morning. I promise that by then, Ayu will find his father healthy and lucid again.
Thank you, Dr. Baizhu. Thank you so much.
If you still have any misgivings, Director Hu, please feel free to hang around for as long as you wish.
However, it would be best if you step outside this room. A doctor must be able to focus when treating a patient.
Yes, of course, absolutely. I'll just go and look at the flowers or something. But I will be back in an instant at the first sign that something's amiss.
See you tomorrow, Baizhu and Chang.
Bye for now, everyone.
Gila, tumben Hu Tao galak.
Are you ready, Baizhu?
Ready as I'll ever be. I'm used to it by now. Come on, let's...
All's well that ends well, huh? You know, Paimon's kind of curious after hearing Baizhu mention those people from his past. What do you think they were like? Yeah, you must be curious too, right? Let's go see what we can find out while Baizhu's busy treating Ayu's dad.
Anjing, gue jatuh.
While I'm idling time on admiring the scenery, the spectacled snake-bedecked docs doing surgery. Hello, you busy bees, and what do you have to discuss with the funeral director today? Actually, don't tell me. Let me guess. From the looks on your faces, you've got some questions for me.
Guilty as charged. So, we were just a little curious about Baizhu's master. What was he like? Oh, and also, how come you and Baizhu could tell so quickly that Jialiang had god remains in his system?
Huh? I thought I told you once before. Wangsheng Funeral Parlor was first founded to fight back against the vengeful wrath of gods defeated in war. Well, it is a dusty old tale by this point. Long story short, in the ancient world, dead gods were acting up, so our ancestors started purifying the air and burning the bodies of the deceased to guard the border between life and death. These days, we don't deal with the wrath of the gods anymore, but all the relevant know-how is still passed down to each generation, so we can identify God's remains when we see them.
Halo Kamikaze, welcome. Ya sekarang kita sama kamu.
Okay, Paimon gets it now. Wait, so how did Baizhu learn to spot them?
Almost certainly from his master, who was also my great-uncle. Baizhu's master was my grandpa's younger brother, a former deputy director of Wangsheng Funeral Parlor.
Wow, fancy that! Huh. So, if he was from Wangsheng Funeral Parlor, how did he end up as Baizhu's master?
According to my grandpa, he and my great-uncle once went traveling together when they were young. They ended up at Chenyu Vale, where they met a pharmacist. That pharmacist must have cast some sort of spell on my great-uncle, because after that encounter, he suddenly announced he wanted to leave the family business and go practice medicine instead. My grandpa had a huge argument with him, but he couldn't convince him to stay. So my grandpa inherited the funeral parlor, while my great-uncle stayed in Chenyu Vale to practice medicine. They never spoke to each other again.
Oh.
Funeral director to doctor is a pretty big career change. Kinda hard to imagine. But why did it drive a wedge between them for the rest of their lives? That seems a bit extreme.
If he had just become a regular doctor, there would have been no issue. After all, the Wangsheng Funeral Parlor wasn't unlike a regular doctor's clinic in the early days. But according to my grandpa, the pharmacist they met had a very ominous aura about him. And on top of that, the kind of medicine practiced in the Chenyu Vale tradition goes against the natural order of things.
In what way?
Don't know. My grandpa didn't know the specifics. And you've seen how wary Baizhu is around me. He'd never tell me anything.
Oh.
But even that says to me that he definitely has something to hide. One thing I do know about Baizhu is that he's obsessed with the idea of immortality. But whether that has anything to do with what he's hiding is hard to say. Anyway, so I will be sticking around here for now to keep a close eye on the situation. Maybe tomorrow I'll finally figure out what he's up to.
After all that, it seems like we have more questions than answers. Never mind. We'll just have to ask Baizhu himself about all of this tomorrow.
This wine. Taste the same as I remember. Where are those?
It's a new day! Let's go back to Boo Boo Pharmacy and check out how Jia Liang is doing.
Dad!
Oh, are you?
Dad, you remember me!
Yes, I remember now. Oh, are you? I'm so sorry. You must have been worried sick. Has your mom shown up yet? She's been gone for a while, hasn't she?
Don't worry, Dad. I got the Adventurers Guild to help us look for her. And Dr. Baizhu's gonna help too. Right now, all you need to do is concentrate on getting better.
Great. That's wonderful. I can't thank you enough, Dr. Baizhu.
My pleasure, really. It's the least I can do to honor my late master's dying wish. If anything, I should be apologizing to you for not making the time to visit in all these years.
Not at all, Dr. Baizhu. It's only because Jiang Li... What was her reason again?
You're still in the early stages of recovery, so you'll need to take it easy for a while. Take it slowly and try not to overexert yourself.
I suggest you stay at Boo Boo Pharmacy and rest for at least the next few days.
Director Hu, do you have any further reservations about Jia Liang's condition?
It seems like the evil presence is gone after all. You really did manage to suppress it, huh? But how did you accomplish this in a single night?
That would be a trade secret, I'm afraid. If that gives you any cause for concern, you may continue to monitor Jia Liang for as long as you wish. Though I regret to say that Boo Boo Pharmacy cannot offer to reimburse Wangsheng Funeral Parlor for any revenue lost in the meantime.
Oh, come on, Baizhu. I'm not that unreasonable.
I've been stuck indoors for too long. Baizhu, take me outside for some air, or I'm going to suffocate.
Yes, of course. Everyone, please excuse Changsheng and myself for a moment.
Suffering now, are we? Did you seriously expect to cover it up just by putting on a brave face and ignoring it? If it weren't for my quick thinking, they'd have all seen the sorry state you're in by now. But in any case, why must you keep this a secret from everybody? You should at least share your secret with one person you trust.
Who's there? Why did you follow us here? Oh, it's nothing. I just needed to get some air.
What did I just say about putting on a brave face? Traveler, Paimon, the truth is, Baizhu did not cure Jia Liang's illness. Instead, he transferred some of his own life force to his patient to temporarily subdue the poison in his system. Baizhu, can you please explain all of this?
My predecessors in medicine forged a contract with Changsheng. Every successor to this contract is able to use Changsheng's secret art to treat patients. I believe the irregularities with Jia Liang's heart meridian were likely caused by a poison concocted using god remains as a key ingredient. The poison has not been purged from Jia Liang's system. Rather, I infused him with some of my own life force, using Changsheng as the delivery medium. This will suppress the poison's effects for a limited time.
Changsheng? You can do that? Huh. Paimon always thought you were just Baizhu's strange choice of a necklace.
Hey, I'll have you know that I commanded the respect of even the Adepti back in Chenyu Vale. If anything, he is my mannequin. I was treating patients with Baizhu's master's master long before he ever set eyes on his first medical text.
Whoa. Guess you shouldn't judge a snake by its skin.
Please, that's enough.
Wait a sec. Huto was saying that the branch of medicine you studied uses some pretty dubious methods. So, when you transfer your life force, does that mean you're actually damaging your own body?
Hardly. Jiangsheng helps to keep my chi in balance, so there is no great harm done.
Still, Baizhu's life force is not unlimited. We must find a way to neutralize the poison in Jialiang's body. And soon. Traveler, Paimon, would you lend this dummy a hand? He needs someone checking up on him, or he'll exhaust himself trying to accomplish everything on his own. Baizhu, don't you think you should seize this opportunity? You cannot expect to hide this from everyone for your entire life. Time will see that all secrets surface eventually.
Entire life. Thank you, Traveler and Paimon.
Huh. Paimon doesn't think we've seen this side of you. But there's no need to thank us. You've helped us out before.
The poison in Jialiang's system must have accumulated over a prolonged period. I think I should pay a visit to their family home and look for clues as to how he might have been exposed to it. Yes, I asked Ayu this morning before you arrived. He told me that his family lives in a secluded spot to the west of Qingsa village. Let's head there together once I've asked Gui and Qiqi to look after the pharmacy. As well as investigating Jialiang's exposure to the poison, we should also keep an eye out for Ayu's missing mother, my fellow disciple, Jiangli.
Whoa! There's a house all the way out here? Huh. It's so well hidden, Paimon's never noticed it before.
Nor have I. And I've hosted clinics at Qingsa village many times in the past. If you ask me, Jiangli was trying to remain unnoticed.
Oh, that reminds Paimon. We meant to ask earlier, but it slipped our minds in the rush to get here. Could you tell us more about Jiangli? You said she was your fellow disciple, right?
She was indeed. We studied medicine together under the same master near Chenyu Vale. She is several years older than I and also began her travels far earlier than me. As a result, the time I spent studying alongside her was rather short.
Supposedly, she met an herb gatherer sometime during her travels and decided to settle down with him. That must have been Jialiang. Wait, Changsheng, are you saying neither of you had actually met Jialiang or Ayu before all of this?
Jiang Li did occasionally come back to Chenyu Vale to see our master, but for whatever reason, she hardly ever talked about her family. The last time she visited us, she and Master had some sort of quarrel. We never heard from her after that. It almost seemed as if she'd gone into hiding.
Quarrel? What happened? I don't know. I did not witness the argument myself.
Nor did Master ever explain it to me. All he would say is that should I ever encounter Jiang Li or her family in the future, I should do everything in my power to help them.
Oh, so that's why you went to such extreme lengths to help Jialiang.
No. Even if my master had never said anything, it would still be my duty as a doctor to help him. My decision would have remained the same.
Paimon never knew you were so selfless, Baizhu. Paimon always had you down as the sneaky, scheming type.
So a few words from me is enough to dispel all your suspicions, You ought not be quite so quick to relax your guard, Paimon. Sometimes even the good guys have their own private agenda.
What the... Okay, that was the most suspicious sounding thing you've ever said.
Let's leave the idle chatter there for now, Jiang Li has lived in this house for many years. There must be something here that can shed a little light on this whole situation. Let's split up. But if anyone finds anything, we'll examine it together.
Halo Raiden. Gila, kamu ganti nama apa gimana sih? Lu pernah mampir ke streaming gue gak sih? Mukanya kayak pernah lihat gue deh. Halo. Kayu bakar tertutup dengan rapi, bintang kayunya dipotong dengan kekuatan dan tingkat akurasi yang tinggi. Siapapun yang memotong kayu bakar, potong kayu di bagian bawah tumpukannya sudah mulai musuh hasil sudah mulai. Ada genteng yang pecah. Ibu dan aku mencoba untuk ke atas dan melihat, tapi tidak berhasil. Untungnya ayah bisa memperbaiki dengan cepat. Meja makan agak goyang hari ini waktu kami duduk untuk makanan yang mencoba memperbaiki, tapi aku harus menuliskan semuanya sekarang dan bacakan lagi waktu ayah sudah mulai membaik.
Traveler, Paimon, come quick! What is this?
Changsheng and I found a hidden compartment. This is what was hidden inside.
You sense it too? You're right. This is a poison concocted using god remains. Is it breathing? Paimon's not seeing things, is she?
No, your eyes do not deceive you. I do believe the poison in this bottle is alive. Some toxins act a lot like living organisms. I read about this once in the Origins and Symptoms of Diseases. This ancient class of poisons consists of mother and minor loads, capable of sustaining a connection over vast distances. If it's a concoction of this kind we're dealing with, then both the poison in Jialiang's system and this one here are likely minor loads. Offshoots, essentially.
Offshoots? So, the main body is somewhere else?
Correct. Whoever is administering the poison can manipulate the source to indirectly control the poisoned individual's behavior and even cognition. Similarly, the poisoned individual will hear, to a varying extent, the call of the source.
The Skull of the... Wait. So back when Jia Liang ran off, maybe that explains where he was heading!
Only one thing could have been drawing him there. The source of the god remains used as the poison's key ingredient. The mother lode.
This is getting crazier and crazier. What kind of person would do all this just to poison Jia Liang? Hey, why is it...
Since this poison was carefully hidden away in his secret compartment.
You mean Jia Liang? Why would he poison himself?
Think a little harder, Paimon. Someone else who lives here, and who might have expertise in crafting drugs.
Huh? So you're saying... it was Jiang Li? Wait, but that doesn't make any sense either! Why would she poison her own husband?
I agree. It makes little sense. Jiang Li does not strike me as the kind of person who would do such a thing.
Look at the facts, though. How many people in the entirety of Liyue have the ability to concoct a poison from god remains?
It's too early to draw any conclusions. We should question Jia Liang about it once he has made more progress in his recovery. Yes. According to the origins and symptoms of diseases, the minor lodes will disappear if the mother lode is purged. So if we can find and destroy the source of these god remains, the poison will leave Jia Liang's system without the need for any further treatment. Do you know anything about god remains in Qingce village?
Even the history books have no record of this. The only ones who'll know anything are those old fogies who have been hanging around here since the beginning of time.
Didn't you used to be on good terms with the Adepti, though? You sure they didn't tell you anything about this?
Well,
Changsheng's memories and powers are not what they were in her prime. These days, she has to enter a contract with a mortal and share their life force just to sustain her own life. I fear that such ancient events are long gone from her memory by now.
Whoa, what? Enter a contract? Share life force? Sounds like some pretty spooky sorcery if you ask Paimon.
Hey! Plenty of people would jump at the chance to join forces with a powerful being like me. With my assistance in rebalancing your chi, not only can you extend your lifespan, but you will also be stronger, healthier, and able to eat whatever you like with no risk of upsetting your stomach.
What?
Stronger and healthier? Wow, that's amazing! Baizhu, maybe when you retire, you can let Paimon sign a contract with Changsheng for a few days.
Unfortunately, Changsheng's contract has strict requirements regarding the host's temperament. None of her hosts have ever been exempted from these rules. I fear that I will be unable to accommodate your wishes, Paimon.
Temperament? Hey! What are you trying to say? Did you just subtly insult Paimon to her face? Ugh! Paimon's mad! You're getting ugly nicknames, both of you! Baizhu, you're Mannequin Man! Changsheng, you're just a pain in the neck!
This is exactly why your natural temperament makes you woefully unsuited to being my host.
All right, everybody, calm down. Back to the matter at hand. Is there any way at all for us to seek counsel from the Adepti about this?
With how antisocial they are, if it were up to them, they'd go their whole lives without showing their faces to the common folk. What?
Seems you're as well connected as they say, Traveler. We are truly fortunate to have you on our side.
Oh, if you're talking about who Paimon thinks you're talking about, you better do the honors.
You called?
Gets Paimon every time.
Are all Adepti in the habit of materializing out of thin air like this?
Well, this is unexpected.
Huh? It's you.
Baizhu of Boo Boo Pharmacy. I do believe I've had the pleasure before. The Lantern Rite, when we met briefly, I was unaware of your true identity. I must apologize for the discourtesy.
Huh? You two already know each other?
Our paths have crossed once before. I sense the presence of evil spirits. Is this why you called me? So someone has been concocting demonic poison. Too often, fervent desires drive mortals to abandon all regard for their own safety. It is lamentable. I now know what you seek. It is true that a god's remains are buried beneath the foundations of Jinxa village. A vile monster known as the Ch once wrought havoc over this land, before it was subdued by Rex Lapis. The land was finally cleansed of poison when Rex Lapis used statues in his likeness to seal the serpent's remains. Jinxa village was founded some time after that. The seal is still mostly intact. If the Ch is the source, then it must be some of its blood leaking from deep underground. However, its aura is faint and barely detectable. You will need to investigate further to identify the location of the leak. I do not like to intervene against mortals unless absolutely necessary. But when demonic forces are involved, things can spiral out of control. If that happens, be sure to call my name again. Nothing. I do not wish to sway decisions that are mortals to make, but immortality may not be the blessing that you imagine it to be.
I shall treasure your words of instruction, Master Adeptus.
Farewell.
What a strange Adeptus. Rather different from the way I remember them. That's Shell for ya! And thanks to him, we finally got some concrete info to go off of.
If the god remains are leaking from underground, Jiangli must be paying a visit to a subterranean cave on her herb-gathering trips. If we can find the cave...
Master, there's a problem.
Gwei? Did you run all the way from Boo Boo Pharmacy?
What happened? Don't panic. Just catch your breath and tell me everything.
It's Jialiang. He was fine one minute, and then he suddenly took a turn for the worse.
Already? How? Based on past experience, he should have been fine for the next 3 days at least.
It seems that my worst fears have been confirmed. Everyone, back to Boo Boo Pharmacy now!
Dad, what's wrong?
Don't be scared. Dr. Baizhu will be back soon.
How is he doing?
Dr. Baizhu, you're back! My dad was doing fine earlier, but then he suddenly started coughing up blood. Now he can't even get a full word out anymore.
When Gwei left, he was still conscious. But now...
Gwei, please take Jialiang to the back room and prepare for treatment.
Yes, of course.
Don't worry, Ayu. I will cure your father.
Baizhu's not gonna use Changsheng's secret art again, is he? Is there really no other way to save Jialiang?
Oh, please don't worry. Dr. Baizhu will find a way.
But... How are you feeling, Dad? Are you still hurting anywhere? You're not gonna suddenly collapse again.
Much better, Ayu. I'm feeling much better. In fact, I can't explain it, but somehow I feel even better than usual. Wait, where's Dr. Baizhu? I still haven't had a chance to thank him. Seems he moved me here before I came to.
Master said he needed to take a quick rest and asked me to bring you out of the treatment room. He hasn't emerged yet, so he must still be resting.
Oh, really? Well, he must be tired from treating me for 2 nights in a row. I don't know how I can begin to repay him for saving my life. I'll have to discuss it properly with Jiangli once we find her. Speaking of which, has there been any word of her whereabouts yet?
No, the Adventurers Guild hasn't gotten back to me yet. I'll go check with them again in a bit.
I'll come with...
Don't forget what Master said. You're still not out of the woods yet, Jialiang. I strongly suggest that you stay and rest at Boo Boo Pharmacy for now. I can accompany Ayu to the Adventurers Guild.
Though, on the bright side, this means I can thank Dr. Baizhu in person once he's finished resting.
Traveler, Baizhu hasn't shown his face ever since he went in to treat you. Huh? Hey, wait up! You're finally awake? That was far too risky. Even with me here to help you balance your chi.
There was no time. I had no other choice. In any case, it was not completely without benefit to myself. Jiangli's design is quite brilliant. She makes numerous innovations that I can learn from. Alas, if only there wasn't a catch.
So, how much longer do you think Baizhu's gonna nap for? They've been outside waiting for you the whole time while you were asleep. Shall we at least go and show our faces?
All right.
Surely he hasn't. There's no way he could have just...
Ular Sekiro, Ted.
Who's talking behind our backs again?
Halo, Ted. Lagi enjoy AFK chilling story. Anjay, enjoy AFK chilling story nggak tuh? Apaan ya, anjing?
Baizhu! Changsheng!
Of course. There's no need to be concerned. I merely had to transfer a rather large amount of life force on this occasion. But, with Changsheng's help, I will recover in time.
Langsung gas nggak sih Eldenring nanti sore, nanti malam paling, Ted. Kayak gue bakal tidur dulu deh. Jam tidur gue agak aneh anjing sekarang. Kayak tidur jam 2, jam 1 pagi, bangun jam 5. Habis itu nggak tidur sampai siang nih. Makanya gue streaming pagi kan. Nanti siang biasanya gue ngantuk tidur biasanya sampai jam 5 gitu. Habis itu bla bla bla, mandi makan, prepare jam 7 paling. Jam 7 jam 8 kayak biasa. Cuma lihat nanti lah. Gue pengen streaming lama hari ini bener dah. Besok udah reset FUP dan kuota gue masih amat sangat banyak. So I will try to wake my eyes.
Jialiang seemed fine yesterday. Why did he need more life-saving treatment again so soon?
I made an error in my initial diagnosis. Jialiang is in fact suffering from more than one ailment. And as a result, his life force depleted at a greater rate than I had anticipated.
What? You mean, even if you got all the poison out of him, he'd still be sick?
Yes. But more pertinently, the poison in Jialiang's system is there precisely because it is being used to manage his underlying medical condition. Jialiang has a rare congenital heart condition, and ongoing treatment is essential to maintaining healthy functioning of his heart meridian. Left untreated, it puts the patient at risk of coughing up blood and fainting, and in the long... Though it was created from god remains, this formula is not a poison in Jialiang's case. Rather, it's his medication.
Had he not taken it all these years, he likely would have died a long time ago.
Still, using poison to treat a disease is hardly a viable long-term solution. As time passed, and the poison accumulated in his system, it began to impact his cognition. Moreover...
That explains why Ayu said his dad has been getting worse, and why his mom went off to gather herbs.
God remains are extremely dangerous to be around, because humans have no natural defense against them. I shudder to think how many times Jiangli has exposed herself to them. I fear that the situation is just as that Adeptus described. In an effort to save Jialiang's life, Jiangli has abandoned...
I never suspected that even Jiangli would turn to the same path as so many others over the years. Perhaps this is the inevitable course of to sacrifice one's own life to save others. To go beyond human means in order to do the impossible, whatever the cost may be.
Well, I think that it's too early to say. In any case, I have stabilized Jialiang's condition for now, so our immediate priority should be to get ourselves back to Qingce village and find out where Jiangli is. Her regular exposure to god remains over such a long period will have been catastrophic for her health. And given that she's already been missing for several days, I am fearing the worst.
It's me, Traveler, Dr. Baizhu.
It's Jialiang! Don't tell Paimon you overheard everything already.
Dr. Baizhu, please let me come with you. You've already done so much for my family. I can no longer just sit here and watch while you put yourself at risk for Jiangli's sake. After all, if it wasn't for me, she wouldn't have had to put herself in harm's way in the first place. I know I won't be of much help in battle, but at the very least, I can show you the way.
The way? You know the way?
I'm sure I'll be able to remember. I know there's a spot where she says goodbye to me every time she goes to gather her herbs. I'm sure I'll remember. I have to remember.
Be careful. If you get too agitated, your blood pressure and stress levels will rise, putting further pressure on your heart. For your own safety, you...
No! We're out of time! Before I forget everything...
This trip will be extremely dangerous, and there is a very real possibility that you will not return from it.
I never expected to live this long in the first place. My death is already long overdue, so why should I fear it? There's only one thing I fear now, and that's that I'll forget her again before we manage to find her.
Very well. Then follow me.
What the hell? Cici. Lucu banget sih.
Dr. Baizhu, are you heading out again?
Yes. This could be a long one. Could you please prepare a dose of the usual formula? Please add an extra measure of mistgrass pollen, and 1 dose each of the ingredients from the 3rd and 5th compartments of my medicine cabinet. I hope it works.
Dr. Baizhu, do you mean...
Hop to it now. And remember to be careful with the cauldron this time. You don't want to burn yourself again.
Okay.
Again? He...
It's just like the day I went missing. It's as if something inside me is trying.
The Motherlode's influence is growing stronger. But is it because we're getting closer to the... Jialiang, can you sense which direction the source is in?
I think it's... this way. Yes, I'm sure of it. I feel a dull ache in my heart. This must be the way. This place feels familiar. I think I've been here before.
There is an inauspicious presence here. Even I can sense it.
I think I remember this place.
Jialiang, are you okay? Maybe you should rest here while we continue the search.
No, I have to keep going. Jiangli is still waiting for me.
This place gives Paimon the creeps. Who knows what we're gonna find up ahead? The digging marks here appear amateur and rather old. I suspect it is a thieves' tunnel. A thieves' tunnel? Paimon has heard rumors about treasure around these parts before. Maybe it was the treasure hoarders that dug this tunnel.
Judging by the tools they left behind, it's certainly a possibility. But why did they abandon this place without even stopping to pack up their tools?
I remember now. She took me here once and told me that she'd found a way to save me in this cave. But she said that the method would cause me to,
Easy, Jialiang. Come on, let's keep going.
The doctor will see you now.
Mind the side effects.
Solidify!
A bitter pill to swallow.
I see everything.
Stabilize!
Whoa, there's a sensor here. Those treasure hoarders sure made themselves at home.
I believe this sensor was used to burn a monster-repelling incense.
A monster repelling incense? You sure? 'Cause we did run into that group of monsters just now.
The incense was burned several days ago. If I had to guess, the monsters we fought just now were enticed here by some entity deeper inside the cave. No doubt an encounter with the very same entity was what prompted the treasure hoarders to flee and abandon their designs on this cave. After them, Jiangli was the next person to discover this place and what lies inside. But to her, it presented an opportunity to save Jia Liang's life, albeit as a last resort.
That's right. This sensor, it belongs to Jiangli. Yes, this is where I told Jiangli to give me the poison.
Jialiang!
I'm fine. Let's keep going. I can feel it. is right below us. I can feel it. We're getting close. We're almost there. It's right up ahead. The place where we made a pact together to...
Aha! We can keep going now!
From the looks of it, the energy released by this mechanism can not only clear barriers, but also be conducted by corresponding mechanisms. Perhaps it's something we can make use of.
Illusion shattered!
Hey!
Mind the side effects. A bitter pill to swallow.
I will have order.
Remember, health comes first. Mind the side effects.
Shine down!
Zhongli!
Look out! There's a monster next to her!
The god remains must have lured them here. Watch my back.
Torn to oblivion!
Dr. Baizhu, how serious is it?
I can still feel a pulse, but her condition is quite grave. The god remains here are encroaching on her cognition, much as the poison in your system did to you. If we don't eliminate it soon, then even if we save her life, I fear that she may never wake up again.
Then what are we waiting for? Let's destroy the remains right away! It's not as simple as that. Don't you remember what Baizhu said? The poison within Jialiang's body is inextricably linked to the god remains here. If the source is purged, the poison in his system will stop having any effect. And the poison within Jialiang's body is keeping his heart condition under control. So, if it stops working... Oh no. Are you saying...
Indeed. If the god remains here are purged, then your life will come to an end.
I wondered when this day might come.
Wait! But we've all been working our butts off to save Jialiang's life! After all that, give up on him? Baizhu, you're a great doctor. Surely you gotta know of some other way we can save him, right?
You could continue to take the poison, which would buy you some time. As for Jiangli, maybe if we put our heads together, we can think of something?
It appears to me that she was striving to concoct your medicine for you, right up until the moment when she lost consciousness.
Dr. Baizhu, give it to me straight. How long does Jiangli have?
The god remains have reached her internal organs. Under ordinary circumstances, I would give her less than 3 days. But if I were to treat her using a secret art...
But what would be the point of that? Dr. Baizhu, I'm all too aware of the dangers of god remains. You are not the first to mention it to me. If I continue to sustain my own life using this wretched substance, not only would Jiangli have to keep risking her life to make my medicine for me, but I would have to live with the looming threat of these remains breaking out and wreaking havoc not just upon me, but my entire family. I know for a fact that I should have died over a decade ago. The fact that I've been around to see how you grow up is already a great blessing from Rex Lapis. If my choice can bring Jiangli back, then even if I,
Jialiang.
After cheating death for so long, it seems I've grown somewhat addicted to life. Traveler, Dr. Baizhu, could I have another minute with my wife? I just want to have one final moment together.
Of course.
Thank you, everyone. And I'm sorry that I won't be able to repay your kindness in this...
Jialiang. Baizhu, Changsheng. Is there really nothing else you can do?
I am sure that over the years, Jiangli will have tried all the conventional methods known to humankind. As for less conventional methods, I have little expertise besides Changsheng's secret art.
Mortals are fated to grow old and pass on when their natural lifespan runs out. If it were so easy to combat the natural processes of aging and death, Jiangli would not have had to resort to unnatural methods.
What a crazy situation. Jiangli risked it all to save Jialiang's life. And now, Jialiang has to sacrifice himself to save Jiangli. What's the point of it all?
I've seen many final farewells in my time, but I can never get used to it.
In the human realm, all things must come to an end. Is it not a fitting end to die for a worthy cause? At least, that's what generations of masters before you have always believed.
The path they chose was indeed a heroic one. But when I think of those who would willingly sacrifice themselves for others, I cannot help but think that theirs are the lives least deserving of death.
When all this began, we agreed that once Ayu was old enough to help you gather herbs, it would be time for me to go. If you could only see him now. He took me all the way to Liyue Harbor to see the doctor. And he even got the Adventurers Guild to search for you. So, I know that you'll both be okay without me. I've said my goodbyes. My time has come. Do what you must.
As you wish.
It will eat away at both your cognition and your memories. In the end, you'll become little more than a shadow of your true self.
I'll take it. At the very least, it will allow me to stay with you and watch Ayu grow up.
Mom, something's really wrong with Dad.
Don't fret, Ayu. I will gather some medicinal herbs right away. I promise you, nothing will happen to our family.
Why would these memories come to mind now? The longer we live, the tighter we cling to what we have. Oh, how I would love to hear your voice one last time.
Jialiang! 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 Jialiang!
Dad, are you awake?
Jiangli, are you? Didn't I... Huh? What are these?
How does it feel to come back to life?
Do you feel strange or different in any way?
Dr. Baizhu, I thought that I was going to...
Die? You did indeed. As things stand now, you're more akin to a zombie than a human.
I'm a zombie?
Oh, kayak Cici bukan sih? Apa gue salah ya? Kayak Cici bukan sih jadinya?
That's right. Before we set off, I asked Chi-Chi to prepare an elixir of immortality. With its help, you have been suspended in the space between life and death.
Oh, now I see. Bener kayak Cici, anjir. Bentar, suara gue keluar nggak ya? Oh, now I see. Bener kayak Cici, anjir. Bentar, suara. Iya. Beneran kayak Cici ternyata, gengs. Shit! Gila, bro.
Of course, this is but a crude imitation of an Adeptus art. I don't expect it to extend your life indefinitely. Whether it will keep you alive for a few days, a few months, or a few years, I'm as interested as you to find out. But, however long you have left, I believe it should be more than sufficient time for you to say your final goodbyes before departing the world in peace. I hope that Director Hu finds this arrangement to be a satisfactory one.
Who tahu?
An elixir of immortality? How'd you cook that up? Ugh. Leave it to you to work on something like that behind my back.
It's a work in progress that hardly lives up to its name, and it would have had no effect were it not for Jialiang's iron will. In the end, I am merely a doctor. I understand very little of the great principles governing life and death, and the perpetual cycle of yin and yang. All I know is that if I'm presented with a life that deserves to be saved, I will do everything in my power to save them. And even this would have counted for nothing without Director Hu's assistance. After all, did you not tell Jia Liang to show us the way before we set off for Qingce village?
Oops. And I'm busted.
Without Director Hu nudging things in the right direction, we may not have found Jiangli in time.
No wonder he didn't mention the elixir back then. I thought he was being frank and transparent with me for once, but apparently not.
Director Hu told me to keep her suggestion a secret, but it seems nothing escapes Dr. Baizhu's attention.
Never underestimate a serpent's sense of smell.
All I wanted was to help Jia Liang find his missing wife as soon as possible, so that he could be on his way to the afterlife without any unfulfilled wishes making the journey more difficult than it needs to be. Leave it to Boo Boo Pharmacy to snatch the perfect opportunity right out of my hands at the last hurdle. Never mind. I'll just have to put it down in the books as a deferred consideration. One Chi-Chi was enough of a conundrum. The last thing I need's another one. If I'd known this was coming, I'd have whisked him off to the Wangsheng funeral parlor the moment I found him.
Cici takut ketemu Tao, Cici takut. Satu gigi.
You stay away from my dad! When I grow up, I'm gonna become an even better doctor than Mom and Baizhu, and cure Dad for good!
Oh, is that right? Well, you wouldn't be the first person who's tried to put Wangsheng Funeral Parlor out of business. If you're serious about it, you'll have your work cut out for you.
Thank you, Tao.
Traveler, Paimon, I'll catch you all another time.
Goodbye.
Is she finally gone?
Takut, Cici, takut.
All's well that ends well. If you ask Paimon, we should probably do something to celebrate this hard-earned family reunion. At times like this, a grand celebratory feast is in order.
It feels like it was a whole lifetime ago when I last talked with Zhongli and Ayu around the dinner table.
Yay! Paimon can't wait! Alright, first things first, off to the market for some fresh ingredients.
Wait up! I'll come too!
Baizhu, thank you so much for everything you've done for us.
Don't mention it, Zhongli. I was just doing my duty.
Just your duty, huh? Baizhu, Changsheng, would you mind if we took this conversation outside?
Wait, what? Tiba-tiba gue pakai si Baizhu. Dang it, guns.
I've taken a look at your elixir of immortality. It's not altogether dissimilar from the poison I concocted in terms of the...
I have to say, Zhongli, it was a stroke of genius to use poison to maintain life. I hope you're not too upset at me for copying your methods.
No, not at all. With your intellect, even if you'd never seen my poison, I believe you would have eventually arrived at the same approach. But I'm still impressed by how quickly you managed to gain such a thorough understanding of it. Jialiang's still only been in your care for a few days. Not just that, you even managed to improve upon the original formula. That cannot be explained by intellect alone. Baizhu, be honest with me. Did you try out some of the poison on yourself?
Huh. Told you the truth would surface sooner or later.
Life force isn't the only thing that Changsheng's contract lets you transfer between bodies, is it?
Nothing gets past you, Zhongli. You are correct. Besides life force, Changsheng's secret art also allows for the transfer of toxins and diseases. When I treated Jialiang for the second time, I transferred some of the poison from his body into my own. Not only did this allow me to alleviate the burden on him, but it also gave me an opportunity to study its properties. There is no need to worry about any long-term consequences to my health, however. Now that the source has been destroyed, any remaining poison in me will have already dissipated.
But you took such a huge risk. If we hadn't destroyed the god's remains back there, then even you might have... What am I saying? I'm in no position to criticize you for this. The reason I left our master and went into hiding all those years ago was that he was getting old, and I didn't want him using up any more of his own life force to treat my husband. But in the end, how were my methods any different? I risked one life to save another, and then you tried the poison on yourself too. It looks like both of us have ended up going the same way as our master before us. Are all disciples of Chenyu Vale destined to turn out this way? To live a short life, having given away our own for the sake of others? To fight relentlessly against the natural course of life and death, whatever the cost? Maybe our fate is sealed the moment we decide to study medicine.
We are doctors, Jiangli. We ought never say that anyone's fate is sealed.
Baizhu, I can tell that, over the years, you've used the contract with Changshan to transfer many diseases and toxins to yourself. There are so many that, some of them, I don't even recognize. Can you still stop before it's too late?
I think you know the answer, Jiangli. Every one of us from Chenyu Vale believes in the same thing.
Hey, food's ready! Mom, come and join us. The Traveler taught me a load of new recipes and said even Dad will be able to taste them. Come and try them out.
Yes, darling. Mom will be there in just a second. Hey, slow down. Baizhu, I know I won't be able to convince you, but please don't forget that if one day you're not around anymore, Chi-Chi, Gui, and all the friends who have grown fond of you, they will all miss you dearly.
There's no need to worry, Jiangli. I know what I'm doing.
I can only hope so.
Baizhu, what did Jiangli mean by not around anymore? Are you gonna be okay? Every single mortal I've ever contracted with, including Baizhu and Jiangli's master, has passed away at a young age. Wait, that doesn't make any sense. You said that the contract with you helps people live longer.
It is a very long story.
Long ago, when plagues ravaged the land, one doctor made a pledge to rid the world of pain and suffering. But even the most ingenious mortal medicine could not stay the tide of disease. And after working tirelessly for many years, even his dearest loved ones fell sick and bade their final farewell. Legends told of an herb lord in Chenyu Vale who could cure any illness known to mankind. The doctor sought the herb lord, but found only a white snake, its breathing weak and its power all but spent.
Sign this contract and let our lives be joined. Then I will impart to you the secret art of healing. But be warned, this art will harm your own health.
With means beyond human ken, the doctor could now reverse the process of death. And yet, the time still came to say goodbye. Only now, the one departing was the doctor, his life force spent. His final act in life was to pass on the contract to his final patient, his favorite disciple. The disciple chose to dedicate their life to saving the lives of others. And generation upon generation followed in these footsteps. Since I inherited this contract, I've always respected the path taken by my predecessors, and followed it myself unquestioningly. That is, until I tried to use the art to save my own disciple's beloved. She begged me not to use up my own life force. She said that this art is a poisoned chalice, an evil and unnatural practice. She did not wish to sacrifice one life for the sake of another, when both were lives she treasured. Only then did it occur to me. Did I not suffer when my master passed away, just as patients' families do at their loved one's deathbed? Are not the lives cut short by this contract just as worthy of saving as any patients? What is this contract to us? Medicine or poison? Alas, I no longer have enough time left to find the answer. I entrust to your care both Changsheng and this final question. May you find a remedy for this conundrum, which has ailed us so.
Time and again, no matter how much I try to warn them or balance their chi, I can never save them. And you? What's your answer?
If I abandoned the contract and left you without a host, what would happen?
I suppose I'd spend my final moments taking a nice nap on Mount Yaojun. Then I'd be reunited with my old friends and your predecessors.
Then it's decided. If there's a life in front of me that deserves to be saved, why shouldn't I do everything within my power to save it?
Once again, it's the same answer. So be it. Close your eyes. Who knows how many more people will take on this contract?
None. This contract will end with me.
My contract has strict requirements on the host's natural temperament. All my hosts have been most pure of heart.
Let's go.
But when one with an altruistic nature gains access to this art, they are more seduced than the average person by the miracle of overturning the laws of life and death. Though they know better than anyone else the fate that awaits them, when faced with the sorrows of humanity and the pain of losing their nearest and dearest, they cannot help but reach beyond human means. They are like moths that throw themselves into the flame, seeking a glimmer of hope in a dark world filled with pain and suffering.
Gorengan emang the best.
So, Baizhu, does that mean...
I suppose that would make me a moth that yearns for the light, but doesn't want to be burned to a crisp. Changsheng's art can transfer pain and suffering between people, but it cannot reduce the total amount of pain in the world. It's just like we witnessed. Either Jia Liang feared for Jiang Li's life, or Jiang Li grieved over Jia Liang's sacrifice. I have nothing but the utmost respect for my predecessors, who sacrificed their lives for their principles. But I do not wish to join their ranks, nor do I wish to pass on this contract to anyone else in the future.
Huh? But didn't you already transfer a ton of diseases onto yourself?
What makes a poison poison? And what makes a disease a disease? When it comes down to it, are not both mechanisms that affect the operations of the human body? If disease is defined as deviation from normal functioning, then who knows? Perhaps the true elixir of immortality could in fact be a kind of poison. Many may view the notion of searching for immortality in poisons and illnesses as a flagrant violation of the natural order. But to me, it is no different from the way our ancestors tested the medicinal qualities of herbs by sampling each and every one. I don't want those who come after me to lose their lives to this contract. Nor do I wish for Chengsheng to perish from losing her host. This leaves only one solution, doesn't it? Precisely. I will be Chengsheng's final host, and the tradition of passing down the contract will end with me.
Oh, jadi itu kenapa lo pengen jadi abadi? Oke.
Even the gods of old struggle to achieve true immortality. First you want to save others, then you want to save yourself. Now you even want to save me. You're getting greedy, Baizhu.
But isn't wanting to have it all what makes us human? For a selfish moth like me, who's afraid of the flame yet yearns for the light, the only path forward is up towards the moon.
For once, Paimon just does not know what to say.
Dr. Baizhu, Traveler, what are you still chatting about? The food's about to get cold.
We also have coconut milk for Changsheng and Paimon.
Okay, fine. Let's go grab some food. Paimon has a bunch of burning questions, but they can wait till after we've eaten. I do envy Paimon sometimes. Eating her fill is enough to satisfy her body and mind.
True. And yet, although we call them simple pleasures...
Jadi belum pulang, belum Kel, lagi berusaha Kel gue Kel. Gak tau deh, kayaknya dapetnya di akhir-akhir Kel. Pas banget akhir-akhir tipis, pokoknya maksimal kayak gue dapetnya PT 80 maybe, kalau nggak PT berapa ya? 10 kali gacha 6365 10 5 ya PT 80 lah. Kalau misalkan gue pahit dan balak dapat PT 80 ke atas kayaknya gue gak bisa dapat Yoimiya deh. Soalnya lately gue gacha entah itu di ASR, entah itu di sini kemarin dapat PT-nya 80 ke atas sih. So nggak tahu lihat aja, mau gak ya pulang.
Are such things as these not precisely why we mortals cling desperately to the life we have?
Padahal gua sampai ini loh beli blessing dari 2 bulan yang lalu 60 hari ya. Buat Yoimiya doang ya, emang nggak banyak sih 140.000 buat orang-orang ya. Cuma buat gue tuh banyaknya 140.000. Ya udah kan. Mau gak pulang lah, tapi harusnya sih pulang sih. Mudah-mudahan ya. Gua lagi farming materialis sekarang soalnya. Lagi bantai bos-bosnya dan lain-lain. Misalkan gua nggak dapet Yoimiya, gua bakal skipnya jauh sih. Nanti jauh skipnya langsung ke Vokalor. Paling kalau udah untuk Vokalor nanti gua bakal gacha weaponnya deh. Soalnya kan misalkan gua gacha Yoimiya PT 80, misalkan pahit nggak pulang nih. Berarti kan ya tinggal dikit lagi lah 10 kali gacha dapat Vokalor kan. Ya udah sisanya tuh berarti gue cuma modal nabung 10 kali, sisanya buat senjatanya Vokalor paling gitu sih rencananya nanti. Itu rencana lainnya. Ya Yoimiya nunggu lagi nanti. Kalau nggak dapet ya tuh pahit-pahitnya. PT berapa sih gue? PT 60 berapa gue? tuh, PT 66. Ini 67 sekarang. Ini gue belum quest sama belum besok spiral Abis sama reset. Kemungkinan insya Allah besok dapat. Insya Allah kalau hoki besok dapat. Besok kan ada reset tuh. Berapa kali sih spiral Abis dapat berapa sih Kel? 140 kali 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 9, 10, 11, 12 ya 150 kali 4 ya 600 kan.
600 tambah 5 kali, berarti 600 kita kira berapa kali gacha tuh? 3 kan? Ya 3 kali gacha tambah 5 kali gacha 8 kali gacha berarti kan 8 kali gacha mas para habis sama event ya 10 maybe 10 kali gacha lah. Berarti 67 berarti besok PC 77 nih besok. Besok gacha 10 kali. Besok kan reset ini juga, reset bola. Berarti kalau gitu pasti dapat dong.
Not to worry, I'll simply...
Kalau gitu pasti dapat dong. Misalkan dari besok event 5 kali bola gacha besok. Habis itu dapat event itu dapat 2 kali gacha kan, event yang TCG kan nih sekarang dapat misalkan 2 kali bola gacha lah 320 lah contoh lah. Gue 2 kali gacha tambah besok reset 5 kali gacha dapat bola kan, bola gratis per bulan. 5 kali gacha berarti udah 7 kali gacha. Ya habis itu apa lagi? Kok gue gak lupa, spiral habis ya 3 kali gacha berarti 10 kali gacha besok udah 77 dan gue masih ada 13 hari lagi ya, ada blessing ya. Kira-kira gue bisa gacha 10 kali. Bisa deh, aman deh, aman. Pasti dapat. Kalau misalkan PT 90 masih bisa kekejar. Alhamdulillah. Blessing gue sisa berapa masalahnya, anjing? Sisa 11 hari. Ya bisa lah insyaallah. Dapat. Anjing gue mikirnya ke PT 90 dah. Sialan. Dapat. Deh gue sampai sini doang streamingnya nih hari ini. Hari ini bener-bener full story. Jadi nih event-event gue kelarin besok nih. Kalian nama spiral Abis sama ini kan udah story udah semua nih, udah kosong kan. Besok event spiral Abis, abis itu gacha-gacha lah ya. Event spiral Abis gacha-gacha sama ini. Mana sih? Yang ini loh. Quest ini cara ngeliatnya gimana ya? Hangout. Sama mau ngelarin hangout juga besok. Biasanya ini kan udah biasa, biar besok ada kontennya ya, Kel. Kalau besok gue kontennya cuma spiral Abis sama gacha doang, bentar dong. Maksudnya event kan lama lumayan, dan ini streaming udah 2,5 jam kan. Besok kalau gitu cuma ini doang dong. Bingung nanti streaming mau ngapain. Lalu gue naruh piring dulu. Apa gue kelarin aja kali sekarang ya? Ya udah deh, gue kelarin sekarang deh eventnya deh sekalian deh. Lagi pula besok kontennya masih ada hangout kan lumayan tuh, paling sejam lah hangout. Hangout sejam, spiral habis sejam, ya 2 jam mau cukup lah. Let's go. Ini pelin-pelan. Bingung nih kalau off stream juga mau ngapain, masih jam 11 pagi kan. Niatnya soalnya niat awalnya mau streaming lama hari ini. Mana sih quest? Malesin. Kok kamu gitu, Kel? Let's see. Ini 60 nih, kita hitung di sini nih 60. Ini 180, Bro. 240 malah. Well. Berarti kalau udah kelas story mukanya pom-pom gue pindahin dulu ke sini. Pom pindah ya, Pom ya. Oke, aku di sini. Ini apa nih? Oh ini lawan musuh ya? Weh, tar lu weh. Lawan musuh mending pakai venti deh.
Didn't keep you waiting, did I?
Oh capek lokasi doang, gue kira lawan musuh, biasa lawan musuh. Anjay, enak banget eventnya gitu doang, simple banget anjir. Ayo ganti lagu dah, mumpung ini kan udah kelar storynya kan. Kalau udah kelar storynya kita hilangin lagunya dulu. Turunin gamenya, suara game yang kita turunin. Sekarang kita pakai back sound. Gue harus memperbanyak ini nih backsound lagu Liu nih. Tang tarang tarang tang 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 tarang tarang tang darang. Gila gampang banget eventnya. Mantap. Tinggal itu lah, iya betul juga ya apa yang lo pikirkan ya. Iya, hitung-hitung habisin kuota ya. Kalau YouTube bakal ini nggak sih, ini nggak sih apa namanya iklan-iklan nggak sih? Gue masih gitu iklan-iklan deh. Liue, Genshin Impact,
I have to stifle a smile every time I remember the look
Song.
on the entertainers' faces when I informed them of my plans today.
Anjing ngomong ah.
Panic-stricken, but unable to muster the courage to say anything in opposition.
OST ya lebih tepatnya OST ya.
Yes, this was a fine.
Oh ini ada nih OST nih. Nggak pernah gue dapet iklan sih gue, soalnya gue premium. Sombong amat lu anjing. Nah tapi kalau ini gue nggak tahu settingan suaranya gimana. Apa gue pulin aja? Kekencangan nggak? Kalau kabarin gue ya, gue nggak tahu kalau settingan suaranya kalau di YouTube tuh berapa, kalau di Winamp, kalau nggak di media player di PC kan gue bisa setting tuh berapa tuh biar keluar enak di YouTube. Anjing gede banget kayak. Udah gede nggak? Ini udah gede nih anjing. Kurangin 20 paling lu gundul, kurangin 20. Ntar udah gue download aja dah 144p, 144p. Download 144p dulu dah. Weh. Anjing 5 MB doang tai. Ya kurangin 20 itu di YouTube. Ted Kel. Jadi volumenya 80 aja. Nggak usah di gue download ya. Udah kelar kok nih downloadannya. 5 MB doang dah anjing, cepet banget. Wah ini nggak boleh nih. Kalau keluarnya di downloadan itu nanti jadi satu sama lagu-lagu yang lain. Jadi lagu-lagu yang gue download ada lagu-lagu Jepang kebanyakan. Nanti kok tiba-tiba keputar lagi, gue pindahin dulu lah biar aman kalau muter. Biar nggak keputar lagu Jepang, kita langsung ini. Ih download yang HD lah, suaranya lebih mulus. Lah itu bukannya gambar doang bangke.
Not to worry, I'll simply send someone to fetch it. As soon as I remember what it
Ya udah download yang HD deh. Bukannya nggak ngaruh ya? Nggak ngaruh. Jadi itu kualitas video doang. Ngentot dah lu, dibohongin mulu gua anjing. Parah banget kayak 5 bohongan gua. Udah. Let's go.
Could it be true? What I've heard?
Salah ya. ...40 menit anjir videonya. Anjing kencang banget, aku udah dikurangin lagi nggak ya? Dah, gue naikin aja suara gue. Banget bang, thank you Ted. Thank you. Semangat buat Yoimiya ini gue.
Solidify.
Think you can get away?
Be still. Kamisato. Suiyu.
Shine down! Inazuma shines eternal!
Wow. Mending lagu Sumeru ini kolam ikan-ikan. Yang itu yang di map baru ya. Judulnya apa ya? Lupa gue itu yang kata hahaha gitu kan. Oh ini nih, Dahim ini nih. Forunua ini ada nih. Yang hahaha itu ya. Hahaha. Iya nggak sih? Yang kata cuma doang. Oh ini ada nih. Ntar ya, gue puter nih. Baru kelar gue download bro. Ini malah ngantuk gak sih lagunya anjir? Tuh bener kan? Hahaha.
Time for takeoff.
Adepts beckon. Order guide you.
Mana sih pedang? Mana sih ini senjata barunya? Bow kan? Where is the new bow, bro? Where? Anjing, di mana bow barunya deh? Oh, ini ya. Anjing, ningkatin elemental mastery 80 poin secara cuma-cuma. Udah kayak pakai ini Noblesse 2 set. Secara ini Noblesse bukan sih? Apa sih yang kata 2 set 80 elemental mastery itu? Itulah. 2 set artefak secara gratis nih. 68. Kayak BT 70-an ya, 68. Oh, ini udah keluar rumah. Itu di mana sih lokasinya? Ini ya? Ngapain lo nu? Biasalah event mencari secercah primogem buat Yoimiya. Dia nu anjing rusak lagunya. Kok gitu sih, Kel? Anjay, betul kan? Gue taubat anjir. Semoga pintu kecil dalam lubuk hatimu terbuka untuk 1000 tahun lagi, bang. Iya, akhir-akhir ini gue main lawan bot loh. Belum punya waifu program, belum punya bang. Lagi berusaha ini red on. Nggak tahu dapat apa enggak. Agrafet itu elemental dari mana ya? Agrafet ya? Damut lagi bye-bye. Agrafet itu elemental dari mana ya? Lupa gue anjir. Agrafet, woi, kasih tau dong. Gimana lu pasti dapat? Maksudnya kan Primogame nggak ada, anjir. Udah pasti dapat sih, udah pasti dapat. Cuma kalau Primogame nggak ada kan nggak dapat. Elemen hijau sama elemen ungu, oke. Kok ini sih? Weh, hilang dong. Elemen kemiskinan dan beban orang tua, ya elah. Kalau nyindir gue gitu sih, gue merasa tersindir. Gue masih miskin dan menjadi beban orang tua. Ini mesti pakai ini sih, anjir emang.
Brace yourself. Think you can get away? Don't blink. Nowhere to hide.
Ini ngaruh nggak sih sebenarnya gini-ginian?
Share my knowledge. Torn to oblivion. There is no escape. Yahoo! Time for takeoff. Would have liked me faster. How rude.
Everyone hold hands. Make yourselves a move.
Shine down. With sword from shadow. Brace yourselves.
Hey,
Think you can get away?
the Temple of Wisdom. This way.
There is no escape. Inazuma shines eternal. Cut to the chase. Speed of light. Time for takeoff.
Everyone hold hands.
Torn to oblivion. Illusion shattered.
Hey. Share my knowledge.
Yeah? Think you can get away? Let's play. Nowhere to hide. Absurd. There is no escape. Now you shall perish.
Mati dong Raidennya.
I see everything. The Temple of Wisdom.
Here we go. Time for takeoff. Hey! Cut to the chase. Don't blink.
Masa sih lo kesindir padahal gue sengaja, sialan kamu ya. Iya. Aku tersindir. Aku tuh orangnya tuh sangat amat rapuh, anjing rapuh. Anjing lagunya enak banget ya. Anjing merusak lagu banget. Anjing skor gue berapa? Skor gue gold. Anjing kagak platinum dah, malu gue anjir. Sebagai AR 60 kagak platinum, malu gue anjir. Ya udah dah, biarin lah. Kagak tahu, gue kira kita pakai elemental skill itu kalau punya dadu yang sama gitu loh. Ternyata enggak, masih bisa pakai suka-suka kita. Ya udah kalau gitu mah pakai party biasa aja anjir. Rapuh anjir tua, iya. Aku ada hanya kan ini, aku adalah seorang yang amat sangat puitis dan anak ini. Anak senja, anjing anak senja. Hydro berarti lawannya sama siapa? Sama Fire ya? Ini mah ini aja lah, Kli. Kli Venti, oke. Ketemu partinya, let's go. Emang bener Sokal Patua. Ya. Patua itu nama pro player, Gir. Nama pro player Losaga dulu, lu nggak tahu kan Patua? Nama pro player Losaga. Enteng, anak senja kan artinya tua. Senja. Iya juga ya. Usia senja. Woi.
Everyone hold hands. Share my knowledge.
Yahoo! Think you can get away?
Blow them all up. Da-da-da. Boing, boing. Da-da-da.
Ya lah gue yang mana yang SN Wild ya elah SN Wild. Daf lah Daf. Daf 588. Kalau enggak Krakatau. Tua banget lo Ted, tahu begituan lo. Ya elah, chill.
Brace yourself. Time for takeoff.
The Temple of Wisdom. Blazing to light.
Let's play. Think you can get away?
I see everything. Make yourselves a move.
Brace yourselves. Time for takeoff.
Everyone hold hands. Share my knowledge. Blazing to light. Boing, boing, boom.
Solidify!
Let's play. Think you can get away?
Ternyata Om Ted, untung gue paman Gober. Gober aja ternyata Om Ted setua itu. Ya Ted. Makanya kalau udah tua jangan spill lah, bikin malu baik lu udah tua nge-spill. Ini enak nih lawannya nih. Ini pakai ini nggak sih? Oh ya party gue yang dulu banget nggak sih? Ini pakai party dulu ah. Jadi kangen. Jadi kangen. Yuk. Party gue sebelum ada Hutao, sebelum ada siapa-siapa anjing. Party cuman ada Raiden. Ya ada Hutao nggak sih? Iya ada nih. Party pertama Sekarang Abis aku yang paling aku dambakan. Let's go. Keking C4, Raiden C3, Bennett C5, Xiangling C6. Senggol dong.
Illusion shattered. Teamwork is strength with sword from shadow. Speed of light.
Mana musuh gede-gedenya anjing nggak ada.
Torn to oblivion.
Musuhnya banyak yang kecil-kecil tai.
Everybody stand. Nowhere to hide.
You're toast.
Illusion shattered. Now you shall perish. Going in. Cut to the chase. Don't blink.
Get them.
Torn to oblivion. There is no escape. Teamwork is dreamwork. With sword comes shadow. Speed of light.
Hey, out of the frying pan, into the fire.
Inazuma shines eternal. Shine down.
Going in.
Cut to the chase.
Don't blink. Booba, get them. Eat this.
Now you shall perish. Teamwork is dream. With sword comes shadow.
Incoming. Hey. Nice and spicy.
Gila, emang party gue. Wah, gila pakai party gue. Pakai party gue yang jadul. Skornya platinum coy. Let's go. Ini party paling wah gila. Ini party tuh yang paling nge-carry gue di Sekarang Abis dulu anjir. Sumpah, catching. Sekarang mah catching boro-boro dimainin ya. Udah nggak pernah dimainin ya. Padahal gue bakal pakai lagi kayaknya. Bang, gue tidak malu untuk jadi tua. Sebenarnya jadi tua gue gak malu. Gue Enggak usah lah, bahas personal. Anjing 12k. Ini mah curut-curut doang. Nggak seru kalau curut-curut tuh gampang mati, sumpah. Ya udahlah. Ini mah party biasa ya lah ya. Let's go. Party biasa loh. Gue minimal 7k semua.
Brace yourself. Time for takeoff.
Be still. Kamisato up. Suiyu.
There is no escape. Inazuma shines eternal.
Kenapa musuhnya air-air dah?
Shine down.
Let's play. Think you can get away?
Mind the deluge.
Illusion shattered. Now you shall perish.
Anjing musuhnya ngapa air semua dah? Wih, sialan malah naik. Ya, anjing fakta. Ya udahlah. Yang penting skornya 12.000 kan?
Torn to oblivion. There is no escape.
Kamisato up. Suiyu.
Brace yourselves. Think you can get away?
Escape.
Now you shall perish. Shine down.
Let's play. Time for takeoff.
Be still. Mind the deluge. Solidify.
Goodbye.
Inazuma shines eternal.
10.000. Oke. Musuh air bawa Ayato nih botak Senku, kurang Naida tuh biar full Arkon. Platinum lagi, let's go. Cuman nggak bisa ngalahin si King sama ini sih. Ada Naida, aku kurang suka Naida sebetulnya. Nggak tahu kenapa ya. Oke, kelar semua. Ada Naida, ada dong. Enam sembilan and still not coming. Let's go.
Osmanthus wine taste.
Ini ambil dulu deh. Ntar tahu. Wih, kok gini? Satu event lagi nih. Habis itu udah kelar selesai kita semua, weh. Lah.
Every journey has its final day.
Oh, ini.
Don't rush.
Ini bukan sih? Waduh. Mending ini mah add friend aku, sir. Siapa nama kamu? Nah, ini harus mikir. Harus mikir, ngapain mikir ya, Ge? Nyontek. Ngapain mikir, bro? Lo bikin pusingnya mikir, bro. Ini caranya gimana sih cara pindahinnya? Oke. Lihat gue, yoi lah. Kita nggak usah pusing-pusing. Sama, yoi bro. Kita nggak usah pusing-pusing bro. Anjay, pintar kan gua? Aduh, itu dapat kartu bagaimana sih anjir? Oh, inian doang. Gua kira apaan, coy? Bang, nilai UN lu jeblok ya? Kok nilai UN gue jeblok? Kenapa jeblok? Anjing, bahasin nilai UN dah. Jadul banget anjing. Masih ada yang namanya nilai UN. Kalau Gus Meru circa ada di Mondo itu si requestan si Kelly, si Bang Kelly. UN sekarang udah dihapus, ya kan? Udah dihapus kan? Sekarang pakainya apa ya? View judulnya bagus soalnya. Pokoknya kamu cari di Google, di YouTube, lagu Sumeru hahaha. Ini lagu hahaha. Justru itu keunggulan ya bro. Oke, gacha lagi 70. Anjing yang keluar Yunjin. Nggak apa-apa sih Yunjin mah. Nggak masalah sih Yunjin mah pulang nggak. Main buat Ayato. Gue terima sih kalau Yunjin pulang mah. Udah cara. Baru C2 juga anjir. Pokoknya selama bukan Chongyun mah aman anjir. PT 70 sekarang, let's go. Besok PT-nya bisa 78 gak ya? 5 kali gacha sama. Kenapa Chongyun emang? Udah C6 soalnya Chongyunnya. Percuma dapat dia lagi. Buat apa dapat dia lagi? Udah C6 Chongyun aku. Biasa sekarang 200 primo gas PT 75 76 keluar lah. Sama reset itu 3 kali gacha kan, reset 5 kali gacha, berarti 78 lah harusnya. Bisa tuh keluar kalau emang di BT 80-an. Insya Allah ya. Yang penting kita dengerin lagu hahaha dulu ya. Yeay. Tahu nggak sebenarnya di game ini ada error anjir. Kartunya ada yang nggak kebuka, sialan emang. Kartu TCG ada yang nggak jelas ya. Kita udah beli semua tapi ada yang belum kita dapetin, nggak tahu padahal kita udah kelarin semua. Aneh. Error TCG. Genshin ini udah kelar, mau ngapain lagi di Genshin Sir? Kalau Genshin udah kelar, semuanya udah kelar, HSR udah kelar, ya aku nggak bakal main HSR atau Genshin karena itu game mingguan atau mungkin bulanan ya. Genshin atau HSR tuh aku mainnya biasanya setengah bulan sekali kalau Genshin tuh. Kalau ada event ya main terus kayak sekarang. Tergantung event sama story aku ada apa enggak gitu. Jadi kalau kamu bisa lihat history YouTube aku tuh jarang buat main Genshin. Itu Genshin game musiman soalnya. Soalnya udah air tua kan, nggak tahu mau ngapain lagi gitu. Kalau ASR ya sama. Aku bukan spender yang banyak uang, jadi nggak ada konten. Ya sehari-hari cuma ngabis resin doang segala macem. Ya jadi nggak tahu lagi mau ngapain. Paling nunggu event nanti ke depannya ada event-event sama story-story baru gue main lagi. ASR masih lama, seminggu lagi update. Iya, jadi kemungkinan nggak bakal main game 2 itu. Jadi gue bakal namatin game doang kayaknya. Soalnya 2 itu udah nggak ada. Gitu geng. Lanjut Sekiro ya Sir. Udah tamat itu Sekiro 1 hari doang. Gila keren ya gue ya. Gue nggak expect gue bakal namatin Sekiro 1 hari doang. Udah tamat itu. Nanti malam main Elden Ring soalnya. Insya Allah ya kalau Elden Ring bisa main Elden Ring. Kalau Elden Ring nggak kalau Elden Ringnya kagak bisa ya gue bakal main game ini apa sih namanya itu yang kata jadi pengacara gitu. Lah udah tamat kan Sekiro kan? Cepet kan? Jago kan gue? Dibilang gue lulusannya 1 Sekiro bro. Lo jangan ngeremehin aing deh. Anjir banyak juga ya. Ha 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 ha. Nah, 10 jam masih di bawah kamu di YouTube banyak yang tamatin tuh. Masih di bawah kamu di YouTube banyak yang tamatin 7-8 jam. Iya kah? Iya. Sebenarnya lebih dari 10 jam itu. Aku off stream kan main juga grinding anjir, grinding nyari material buat senjata. Habis itu level untuk skill-skill. Cuman ujung-ujungnya skill-skill kagak berguna juga anjir. Ujung-ujungnya gue pakai skill yang paling pertama doang. Sialan. Tuh game grinding juga. Grinding apa namanya material senjata, nyari-nyari di mana. Ini di mana lagi anjir lokasinya tuh lagi? Oh ini ya. Nggak usah ikut haha anjing ribut lagi. Kok gitu sih lo pada marah-marah, heran gue. Orang mah suara gue tampan dan berani gini anjir. Haha, ini kan nggak ada haha-hanya nih. Yang ini nih, nah gue nyanyi lagi nih sebagai masukan kan ini nggak ada haha-nya kan. Hahaha, anjay, gila bagus pas suara gue. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. Ini banyak banget roda giginya sekarang ya. If 56 primo 8K-an. Gaskan pulang Kazuha. If 56 primo 8K-an maksudnya. Ulangin lah Kazuha lah. Cuma rate off selalu. Selama kamu bukan aku mah aman. Kalau aku kan kalau rate off mulu. PT71, let's go! Oh, anjir. Bullshit, man. This is bullshit. Besok pulang Yoimiya, let's go. Iya. Harusnya pulang besok. Jangan sampai nggak pulang sih. PT90 sih nangis bomba ya ke PT90. Anjir speedrun event kita hari ini, event story semua kita kelarin langsung ya. Wait, gacha? Bukan lagi. Gacha kan? Gacha ini Antrian apa nickname lo apa tadi? Ini bukan sih yang namanya Kroya bukan sih? Bukan ya? Ini bukan sih lo? Iya itu. Oke. Bentar. Baca bio gue. Saya manusia, kamu hewan. Iya, aku tahu kamu hewan. Jadi nggak usah di-mention lah. Aku tahu itu kamu hewan. Tambahkan nama. Ganti siapa namanya? Harry mana Harry? Gila. Yang mana nih? Oh nih ya. Anjir, tuker lagi dah. Roda gigi 1 gede, oke. Gigi 2 kecil. Let's go. Yuk terakhir yuk. Anjay, kelar semua hari ini bro. Let's go. Wait, tinggal story Baizhu bagus nggak? Wait, tinggal story bagus, bagus lah, main lah, coba nggak sebagus Yoimiya. Yeay, kelar semua, let's go. Sedih juga sih story Baizhu, lumayan lah. Cuman kalau untuk Yoimiya, mending Yoimiya deh, bagus Yoimiya deh. Lagi pula Baizhu itu baru story pertamanya dia kan. Yoimiya kan udah story kedua. Dulu itu yang pertama tuh petasan yang kata lihat di Inazuma kan. Kalau Baizhu kan baru pertama kali nih. Jadi yang nggak begitu epic lah. Kelar semua, let's go.
If you'd like to see Liyue's tourist spots, I have a few references.
Udah lama nggak pakai catching ya. Apa kabar catching ya? C4 soalnya. Oke teman-teman, sampai sini dulu ya streamingnya. Aku bakal streaming lagi besok, spare Abis sama gacha ya 8 kali doang sih. Cuman ya moga ya dapet Yoimiya besok ya. Jadi enak, lega, di udah kelar katanya. Mau install Elden Ring dan lain-lain dulu. Nanti malam kita namatin Elden Ring ya, karena Sekiro udah tamat. Jadi aku Wisnu undur diri. Sampai ketemu next streaming. Bye bye. Seperti biasa. Peace. Dadah. Thank you ya.